The Journey is brought to you by Discount Tire.
The person that we thank today on The Journey is from Van Wert, Ohio. Officer Greg Blackmore has been nominated by his daughter, Sierra, and she writes, "My dad is the most unselfish person that I know. He's a positive role model for our entire community and has dedicated over 20 years of his life to the DARE program." Now, DARE stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education, and I remember Ted Nugent being involved in it when I was still in high school, one of the many reasons I stayed off of drugs. So thanks, Ted. Now, Sierra and her family have arranged for Greg to be at the Dick's Sporting Goods in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Dick's has kindly given us permission to take the cameras inside the store to surprise Greg. So let's get started. Life is a journey. We all have different dreams. We all take different paths. But some spend their journey helping others, giving their time and talents to make someone else's life a better place.
Did a lot of things, it was very hard.
And then I took over CPR.
And I put it on my card.
9/11 happened and I wanted to do something else.
It was just to give back. I don't want anything in return.
So I travel this great land from coast to coast to say thank you by giving them an outdoor adventure they'll never forget. I meet a lot of exceptional human beings, and I see some shocked faces.
Oh my God.
But most of all, I see people who set an example of how we all should pay it forward. That's a nice lady. She's looking at us. Another fan. We were driving to Dick's Sporting Goods to surprise Greg Blackmore when I just had to make a short stop. Look at this, you get your self-service sweet corn here from Aunt Gina's Gourmet Sweet Corn. Like us on Facebook. Here's $5 for a half dozen, which they call 7 ears. How fantastic is this? Come to Indiana, get sweet corn. Look at this. Come on in here, I'm taking the money today.
No, I'll let you finish up.
Gosh, I'm glad people are honest. Look at it.
It's the best corn around.
It is?
It is, absolutely.
Okay, well, I'm going to go through every single ear. Bring this home for the family. Well, here we are at Dick's Sporting Goods in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Greg's daughters, Sierra and Amber, have arranged to have Greg here in just a few minutes. We're going to go get into position now. You see him? So good. Oh, this is fun. A special thanks to Dick's Sporting Goods for letting us do this inside the store. Now I can do some shopping while I'm here. That's him.
What am I doing? Wait, I don't like this already.
Now you messed up the surprise. The camera was hidden. We got a hidden camera over here that you just missed it. How are you? Dave Watson from The Journey.
Yeah, I know.
How are you, Greg?
How you
Good
doing,
to see
Dave?
you. Sierra's nominated you, and we were very, very,
I'm gonna whoop my daughter's rear.
very impressed with her nomination. For you just being a positive role model around town, 20 years with the DARE program, and you not only show up and teach these kids, you give them your home number, you follow up, and you've made a difference in so many young people's lives. I'm going to take you to Mexico on a bass fishing trip you're never going to forget. You can say anything you want. There you go.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I knew you'd talk sooner or later.
I'm speechless right now because
Some people have to warm up to the cameras.
I've dreamt about this for a while.
Really?
I don't know if she's told you that, but the family told you that.
You had dreams about the journey.
Yeah.
More weird is you had dreams about me.
Well, I will say, yeah, hunting and fishing with you, yes, sir, I would have to say that.
Oh, that's great.
Trying to get you to dress up.
Yeah, you look nice. These are his church sandals. See?
She told me if we're going to go out and eat, I got to dress nicer. I said I don't have to go out and eat then. I didn't know it was going to be.
Good answer. That's a really good answer. Now, this is Sierra.
Yes, hi. Thank you. So my dad and I watch The Journey a lot. He always is watching the hunting channel, but that's one that I really enjoy watching just because of the reward to the people. So I went ahead and nominated him last year, and I didn't hear from anyone, so I didn't think anything happened, but I got a call last week, and he said, "Hi, this is Dave Watson from The Journey," and I started crying immediately knowing what was about to happen and what my dad was about to get. So it was really exciting, and it's something that he definitely deserves. He does so much for our community and our family and the kids that he teaches, and he needs something like this. He deserves this. So.
But it'll be great.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I am tickled to death.
Did you see us when you walked in? Greg said you looked right at us.
Well, I seen a camera, but I wasn't thinking anything. No, I didn't see you.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Was you peeking around the corner, though, when I was walking down here?
I was.
But I still didn't recognize it was you. I'm sorry.
You just said there's a weird guy looking at you. He's peeking around the corner at Dick's Sporting Goods. I've got a stalker.
Oh, this is awesome.
Yes, it is awesome, Greg, because we're headed to Mexico to fish the Hafaspot Bass Tournament.
The Journey with Dave Watson is brought to you by Gearhead Archery, Rethinking Tradition, Timney Triggers, America's favorite replacement trigger, and presented by Discount Tire. Your outdoor journey starts here. The Journey with Dave Watson continues.
This week we traveled to Fort Wayne, Indiana to surprise Greg Blackmore. Dave Watson from The Journey.
Yeah, I know.
How are you, Greg?
How you doing, Dave?
I'm going to take you to Mexico on a bass fishing trip you're never going to forget.
Have fun, Dad, on this trip. You deserve it. I love you, and just enjoy the experience and take it all in.
If there's a guy that deserves this trip, it would be Greg.
Love you, Papa. Hope you have a great trip.
A week later, I meet Greg in San Antonio, where my friend Roberto from Hafaspot picks us up for the drive to Mexico. Now Greg is in Mexico.
Yo.
Crossing the border is always a piece of cake here. We got a...
Made me nervous, just so you all know.
It made you nervous? For what?
It makes me nervous.
We don't have anything to hide.
I know.
All I'm bringing in is some beef jerky and a couple of cameras. We arrive in Monterey just in time for dinner, and Roberto has a special night planned for us.
Okay.
First Mexican food restaurant I've ever been to that has its own elevator.
Yeah. Feel a little out of place.
Now, what about the food? Let's talk. Our first meal in Mexico, we're in Monterey, and Danielle and Roberto take us to this place that is just so nice. I've never had anybody cater to me like that. I mean, the service was unbelievable, and I knew it right off the bat. I'd just never seen it before. They were putting liquid nitrogen in these crystal glasses and chilling them with no gloves on, no protection, and then moving it to the next glass and the next glass.
I thought we were in a science lab at the beginning because I think I've seen it before in one of the shows I have watched, but I've never experienced that, and that was...
It was amazing.
It was sort of scary when they started swirling in the glasses because you're thinking, man, it's got to be so cold that it would break.
The tableside bartenders were fantastic, and so was the tableside chef.
The whole atmosphere of that place, never in my life have I eaten anywhere and probably had my plate removed about, 15 times to and from.
It was wonderful.
And the way they presented the food on them salt blocks that were very hot, you found out.
I found out, yeah.
Awesome. You could sit there and just make it whatever, rare, medium rare, whatever you want to do with it.
And then something totally off the charts. Raspberries chilled in liquid nitrogen. And kids, don't try this at home. And then finally, dessert. A special thanks to Buena Barra. Well, Greg just went to get another donut. It's a couple donuts. I'm not going to stereotype here, but I'm just saying. How's your donut?
In 27 years, I've heard that a lot.
After breakfast, Danielle and Roberto pick us up for the drive to El Cuchillo Lake.
Dave?
I just washed my hands. Nice to meet you, Edgar. Very nice to meet you.
Are you ready for fishing?
We are more than ready.
Oh, that's great.
We've been riding around in a truck for a long time that's bouncing around. I'm hoping the water's smooth.
I hope so. It looks like it's a little bit windy today, but it's something normal in this lake. But
Right.
let's have some
Okay,
fun.
let's have some fun and catch some fish. First fish of the day.
Yeah.
See it. Fishy.
You're in my casting zone, let me tell you right now, buddy. You're in my line of fire right now.
Greg only gets in a couple of casts before it starts to rain. And let me tell you, it came down in buckets. I'm proud to introduce Hafaspot, social media for hunters and anglers. Download the app and I'll meet you there.
The Journey is brought to you by Discount Tire.
If you hunt or fish, check out Hafaspot. It's social media just for us.
Download the Hafaspot app today and then upload all your trophy pictures.
It's time to be proud of who we are. Now let's get back to a rainy day in Mexico where cameraman Greg Wetzel is hiding out in the truck. You're a traitor. You're a traitor.
We should follow that other boat. I think they're going to be okay.
Look, if we'd have gone to the bright side, we'd be getting wet right now.
We had that calm before the storm, and it was so good, and we got so tempted to just stay there. This is like last. Let's throw top water. That was the calm before the storm. Gosh, we should have got out.
As I told Greg before, welcome to Cuchillo.
Hey friends, it's Victor Concha here from Bassard team. We are here at Cuchillo Lake. We would like to invite you to come to Cuchillo. It has 22 years now since the lake has been open to fishing to the public. It's 22,000 acres big, the lake. We have incredible fishing, lots of heavy cover. We have a very big river that comes into a lake, and it's a lot of fun. Flipping paradise for those of you that like punching and flipping the heavy cover. Great option for you guys.
Mexican Cokes are made with real cane sugar, whereas the one in the States are not. I'm not saying it's better for you, I'm just saying that it tastes better. Let's try it. That's good. Good stuff. Roberto prepares breakfast for us, and it was unbelievable.
Going to Mexico, I was a little nervous, but there was no need. It was outstanding.
I think they're the nicest, most hardest working people that I've ever met.
Oh, yes.
And they just want you to be happy. They want to make you happy, whether it's food or catching fish or being by the swimming pool. They want to make you happy.
Always. That's what else was really neat. They were always happy, which in return
Made you happy.
Yeah, made you happy. It was really nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
So as you can see, there's a big house close to the main river on this lake, and that's because before the lake was built, there are some communities close to the river because the lake does not exist. That's the reason there are many buildings inside the water.
But the best fishing was in the flooded trees. This is the perfect structure for bass searching for lunch.
Oh yes! Oh,
look at it. Oh, nice.
This is a real strong fish.
Oh, gosh, look at that.
Look at that one.
Oh, look at that.
Awesome.
Oh, that's a gorgeous fish. Over this way, Greg.
Oh, look at that one.
Look at that fish.
awesome, awesome, awesome.
I told you, we have a great piece of lake.
Very, very beautiful.
Look at that fish right there.
And we just was gonna change places.
Yeah, but last cast counts also.
The
Beautiful.
last cast.
Yeah, it was the last cast on this spot, but we never know where the fish are gonna bite.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh.
He said, take that.
Yeah.
Double.
The Journey is brought to you by Discount Tire. The Journey with Dave Watson is brought to you by Gearhead Archery, Rethinking Tradition. Timney Triggers, America's favorite replacement trigger. And presented by Discount Tire. Your outdoor journey starts here.
Think of Hafaspot as Facebook for hunters and anglers. Download the app and share your pictures and videos. Find a hunting or fishing hotspot and make some new friends. Join us, won't you?
Welcome back to The Journey with Dave Watson.
Perfect. Good job. The Hafaspot Bass Tournament was a huge success and all organized by my friends Roberto and Danielle. It was attended by anglers from all over the Southwest and even some fishing legends like Steve Parks, who gave us a private lesson on flipping.
So you hold it in your hand like this, you pick your target, and then watch. I'll just bring the rod back like this and I'll just swing the bait out and put it on the target, leave my rod tip up and then drop it. Add a little line now, keep watching it drop. Keep watching it drop. There it's on the bottom. Feel of it.
Make it look so easy.
It will be, but here's the deal, it's the truth. Everybody that wants to learn to flip and pitch, what you need to do is say, this is what I'm going to do all day. I'm not going to make one cast today.
Yeah, we got to say a special thanks to Steve Parks for the fishing lessons, because he taught both of us how to flip in about 10 minutes. We were doing it. You were doing it really well.
Well, and there once again, I knew he was helping you, but I was listening and watching every chance I had, because I really have no experience in the flipping. We just throw the crankbait, and but once you got that down, and as far as the whole dropping the lure down into the tree and everything else, it was sweet.
Nice one.
Oh! I feel better. I got it.
We fished side by side with Steve and Victor, so we put a cameraman in each boat to catch the action.
That's the reason I'm called the Big Fish King right here, baby. Oh, yeah.
You see, I was coming over to fish that stump, and you took it from me.
Oh, he's been chewing in the rocks. Look how his chin is all scratched up. You've been eating a lot of crawdads, haven't you?
Yes.
That's a good one. You can see them right there. Come on, come on, come on. No. Ah, that was a good one.
Yeah, a fish just broke off my line. He got me on the tree. Let's continue fishing.
Yes.
Greg was keeping up with the pros and having the time of his life. We caught a ton of bass, and we still have 2 more days to fish.
Cuchillo Lake bass fishing.
As good as it gets right here, folks. As good as it gets.
Good job. Yeah. We are throwing some big trees they are 15 foot deep, and a few, maybe 100 yards behind there are the main river. For that reason, they moving on the river and goes to stay on the trees. They feed there, stay there for a long time, and after that they go to the main river, move to another place. Check it out.
Oh. Oh, yes, grab on there. There you go.
Nice.
Outstanding. Thank you, sir. That's a good one. Oh. Thank you, sir.
You throw it straight on the big tree.
And there was the fish.
What Greg and I are doing here is pre-fishing the Hafaspot Bass Tournament. They've got over 330 competitors signed up. So what exactly is Hafaspot? Well, Hafaspot is a social media app for your phone exclusive for hunters and anglers. I mean, think about it. You got a picture of a deer you want to post? Post it. Got a picture of your son or daughter with a fish? Post it. No negative comments and no haters. So upload your hunting and fishing videos to Hafaspot today. Next week we feature a big surprise for Greg. He's invited to fish the actual tournament. And guess what? Greg places in the top 5.
My golly.
It's a very special moment for a very deserving guy, and you don't want to miss it.
I just can't stop grinning.